To get you through the agenda for today's event. We will start with a brief introduction to our webinar theme and then opening speech from our head of study program Multimedia Engineering Technology. And then we will have a series expert presentation from our keynote speakers. And after presentation, we will open for live Q&A session where you can engage and directly with speakers. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to there is some few information to our audience to ensure the webinar runs smoothly. To our audience, please make sure your microphones and are muted throughout the event unless uh, in Q&A session. If you have any question during presentation, please feel free to type in the chat or Q&A section. You can also use the chat function to share your thoughts or interact with other attendees. And this webinar is recording and will be available for viewing at later date. And now, please, Mr. Asafid Auzan as our uh, head of Multimedia Engineering program for opening speech. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Rendra. Okay, good morning to everyone. On behalf of Multimedia Engineering Technology at the PANS, I would like to welcome you to our international webinar on the topic Web Service Technology in Creative Industry, Research Trend and its Application. We are very pleased to have you with us today to provide in-depth insight into web service technology in the creative industry world. First of all, I would like to thank you to committee who have prepared this event, Pak Zaka and the team. And I would like to say a special thank you for speaker, Mas Yohanes. Yeah, thank you for the time to fill this event at Multimedia Engineering Technology. Okay, I hope all students can follow this event well, stay focused. If you have any question, please ask later in the question answer question session. Okay. Maybe it's enough for me. Pak Rendra, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Asafis. Thank you for your opening speech. Now let's get started for keynote speaker presentation. Mr. Yohanes Yani Fridelin Panduman. Please, the time is yours.
Thank you very much. So I would like to share my screen first. Wait. Okay. the that's okay. There's no problem with my sound, right? Okay.
Okay.
From to your voice.
Good.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Before I start, first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for the time given to me. Okay, my name is Johan, and today I would like to gi- uh give some insight or share some insight about the web service technology in creative industry. And I would like to highlight about the research trend and applications. So actually, this is like a new experience for me. That's why I would like to say thank you very much for to the BSD, because BSD has invited me to be able to join in this event. So before I continue my presentations, let me just update my profile. So actually, I was graduate from the Okayama University uh, at as the doctoral programs under the Disability Systems Laboratory. And then for my bachelor's and also my master's, I in the past, yes, but I also under supervision by Mr. Toto, Sitoshi Toto at the Human Centric Multimedia Laboratory. So this is our today agenda. First, for introductions, I would like to introduce about the how is digital transformations reshaping the creative industry. Especially, I would like to introduce about the new paradigm technology that can change how the way the creative industry operate. And the second part, I would like to give us some definitions and also introduce to you about the web service technology. So in here, what are the web service and how we can build them. And the last and the third part, this is about the research trend and applications. In here, I would like to about the what are the emerging trends that integrate the web service technology. So let's start with the first sections for introduction. So first, let's begin with by taking a quick look about the digital transition on industry revolutions. Okay, as we know, there is a lot of the industry revolution, right? For the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and the option we use is industry 4.0. I think this is a hot news also in Indonesia. Basically, as we know, the industry 4.0 marked a revolution how we can use the technology in the manufacturing and service. It combined the serverless technology like the cyber physical system with the IoT, AI, cloud, and also data analytics. Basically, it focused on the data digitalization and cloud centric. The main or the key idea was to make a system smarter by collecting vast of amount of data and processing it centrally on the server or the edge and using that knowledge to improve the efficiency of the industry. However, I think, even though that this system is a centralized intelligence was so powerful, but it sometimes it become some issue that should be handled. For example, the system was built but not flexible enough because it's not able to support the personalization system or the adaptability, which means some of the users may need different functions or different system that not include or that not built in the current system in the industry 4.0. That's why, for that reason, currently the industry 5.0 was introduced as a next digital evolution, which shift the focus from the smart system to the human-centric and sustainable system. In here, they emphasize how the human and the machine we collaborate and allow for the personalization. Following this concept, this 4.5.0, Japan has introduced about the broader concept called the Society 5.0, which provide a vision for the future society. In the Society 5.0, builds upon the super smart society, which means it provide how the system can integrate the cyberspace and the physical space to address social issues and improve the quality of life of human. So, as core of the 5.0, it consists of the several technology. For example, it combines the immersive technology, Internet of Things, AI, big data, robotic, and so on. So, in here we can imagine that the creative industry play a vital role in these transformations, because in the creative industry we use several technology like immersive technology, AI, big data, robotic, Internet of Things, and others. So in this way, because the creative industry also become like a intersections between the humans and technology, because the creative industry often use the interface to communicate or to connect the humans and the technology. So these features represent the key pillars of Industry 5.0 and also Society 5.0. As we can see in here, the human-centrics become the pillars that include both in the Industry 5.0 and also Society 5.0. As a result, when we need to build our technology, we have to make sure that technology must work together to address the human need or demand. So in the basic idea of Industry 5.0 is not to change the humans or to split the human, but how we can build a technology that help the humans. It includes how we can work, about the industry, about the health or something. That's why when we when we want to develop the creative industry, there is no single tool, device, or platform that can operate independently anymore. So everything should or have to or can be or more at least they have a functions to be able to collaborate, integration, and interoperability. So for example, the IoT device or the creative software, AI service, a master platform or something, or another system need to communicate seamlessly to support the system. However, as we know, the current industry, especially in the creative industry, most of the platform or device used in the creative industry come from the different vendors. Moreover, they may operate on the different specification and operating system. That's why this heterogeneity create a challenge in ensuring some seamless communication, data exchange, and interoperability. That's why, as a developer, we have to consider about the challenge, which means we need a solution to address challenges like collaboration, integration, and interoperability. That's why in here I would like to propose about the web service technology as a digital bridge between the tools, platform, and content, and also users. So the web service technology play a critical role in addressing this challenge by providing a standard protocol and also interface. Next, I would like to briefly explain about the web service technology. Let's start with the definitions. Actually, this is a basic one. So what are web service? Web service are standards way of integrating web-based application using standard standard communication over internet protocol backbone. So, or we can say the web service as a network accessible interface to the application functionality, which mean it built using the standard internet technology. So by using the web service, we can build multiple applications on the different programming language to communicate with each or with the others without any troubles. So there is two types or the common types that often used in the web service. The first type is a REST, or we can say representational state transfer, and the second type is a SOAP, or we can say SOAP, or simple object access protocol. So for the REST, is a web-based application programming interface, or we can say API. That's why some people say that the REST API is architecture that can be consumed by wide range of clients, such as the browsers, mobile apps, or the IoT device. So the REST API basically built based on the standard HTTP protocol and support data format like a JSON, XML for the communications. And it's suitable for the building application that require basic operations like a GRUD or create, read, update, delete. I think this is if you study or if you learn about the database, this is the basic operation of the database, because the REST API is working with the data. So how about the SOAP? For the SOAP, it represents the protocol used to exchange structured data between the different applications. So it supports the multiple transport protocol, not only HTTP. However, it technology only used for the XML, both for the sending and receiving data, compared with the REST API that allow for the JSONs. And then this application is suitable for there is before I talk about the SOAP and also REST API. However, there's other types that may be often used also in for the development. They call the WebSocket API. WebSocket is actually the communication protocol that provides the full duplex present conditions between the client and the servers. So it support for the text, JSON, or binary format for the mixed communications. And then, unlike the traditional HTTP, which is only for request and response based communication, WebSocket enables real-time data exchange with the direction over the single TCP connection, like this one. So first, client need to request to the servers for the first time and make a handshake to the client. So after this one, the client and the server can get the exchange the communication direction output of the. I think it's used for the real-time communications. Okay, next, let's play to the REST API. In this time, I would like to explain the things, or the key that we should be considered to starting the developing the REST API web service. So it includes about the HTTP communications, basic skills programming, of course, and also we have to know about the server architectures and some supporting tools that help us in the development of the REST API. So first, for the HTTP communications, actually it consists of the two type of communication. First is a request, and the second is a response. Yeah, as I explained before. However, the content of information, the message, they have a several parts. The first is a start line, as a single line that describe the every version along the request method or the response, like this one. So, and the second part is the headers. Headers contain a metadata that describe the message, including the authentication method, but it's not appear in here. Sorry. So, and the last And in here, they also have an empty line indicating the metadata of the message is complete. And the last part is a body that contains the message. For example, this is a JSON and this is a response like a HTML. So in these sections, I would like to introduce you about the HTTP request method and also the JSON data. There is a lot of there's a lot of request methods HTTP, but I just want to share about the common one. The first is a get to retrieve data from the server, post to add data on the existing resource on the server, put to update data on the existing resource on the server, and delete to delete data from the server. Actually, when I work as a backend programming, I only use 4 of them, not using others like a tracker or something. And the second part, I would like to introduce about the JSONs. JSON is one of the open standard file format and the data interchange format that represent the data object composed by name and also value pair, and then inside they also have the array. So basically, this is example of the JSON. JSON is often used because we can read the JSONs. I mean, human can easily to read the JSONs. If we compare with the other data, other type of data, I think it's a little bit difficult because like XML, even though they put the same format like JSONs, but the XML they have several code. I think it's also difficult to. I mean, it's not easily to check the content of the XML. That's why when I work as a backend programming, my company is often use the JSONs. Yeah, almost use the JSONs for the API communications. So next, let's move to the basics on the programming. There are also several programming language that often used to develop the REST API. And each programming has to provide the several frameworks and also several advantage. For example, when we want to work with the AI or data science library, I recommend you to study the Python. There's a lot of framework from the Pythons like the Django, Flask, and the Tornado. There's a lot of the tutorial or something in the internet. So however, if you want to work with in the company or something, I think most of them use like a Node.js base because the Node.js is like they offers or they provide but not blocking IO system with asynchronous operations, which is perfect for the real-time applications. For example, before I used the Express.js when I worked, and the third is a Golang. Golang I think is now become popular programming language. Golang they provide coroutines. It offers the concurrent programming in a step forward. Because with the concurrent programming, I think that we can process a lot of the response or record the requests in the same time. Another programming, I think, as we know, the Java is a big programming. However, the Java is suitable only for not only, actually, it's better suitable for the large scale system. So if we work in the huge company, especially in Japan, most of the programmers use the Java for their application system, include the web applications, in backend service, and others. The framework that often used when we want to learn about the REST API or build the REST API using the Java is a Spring. So next, to the last, not the last, the third part is server architectures. There are two types of the server architectures that we have to consider. The first is monolithic architectures, and the second is a microservice architectures. So I will explain first about the monolithic architectures. Monolithic architectures, which mean that all functionality or all system or all program is packaged into one code base on the one server. Actually, this is a simple one because when we build at first, it is a simple. However, when we have to we need to scale the program, we need add the new functions, or we update version, it break things. Suppose we add a new code in the one functions, or suppose this part, and it become the error, which means when we need, or when we at the time when we access the system, the old system may be gone or maybe stop. That's why the currently most of the applications maybe applications for the apps for the fintechs or something, they use the microservice architectures, because in here they split the functionality to independent service, and then by using the API also let the microservice communicate with the others. That's why it is ideal for the modern applications. As we know, when we work at the a software house company, the programmer not only one person, right? We have a lot of programmers, and sometimes we when they update the code, post the code, and maybe the code is broken or they have a mistakes. So by using the microservice selectors, if the one mistakes only in this part, the entire system still be run, because maybe we just need to access this part, so we don't need to connect this part. That's why the microservice architecture is most powerful and often used in the currently, especially when we work or we develop huge applications. So next is supporting tools. Actually, in here I just recommend a Postman as one of the useful supporting tools. So by using the Postman, it allows developer to test and interact with our API without writing any code. Just it can craft the request to setting the header, send the data instantly, and we can see the response. So basically, the Postman already used by more than 70 million developers and more than 5,000 organizations in the worldwide use the Postman. So next, let's move to the research trend and applications. So previously, I have explained that the REST API were traditionally used only for the GROD or the basic operation and also the basic data exchange. However, as the digital transformation era began, so it included the growth of the IoT device, AI integration, and immersive technology. The REST API also have evolved to handle more than just a basic data. Now, the REST API become a backbone of the several technology, suppose like IoT technology, because the REST API facilitating the real-time communication and seamless integration across the diverse digital ecosystem. For example, like this architecture, in here, REST API support the collaboration with the third party or the custom applications. As I explained before, in the industry 5.0, it focused on the human-centric. That's why some technology some the client need a more flexible code. Maybe they need the add new code. That's why the combine the microservice architectures and the REST API, we can create new functions, new system without making worse in our previous system or the already built-in system. So in this part, I would like to show about the example of the web service. The research on the web service, because the web service today not only about the web apps or the communication, it also become the backend of the system. So in here, I would like to explain about the integration, the several service like IoT device, AI service, or immersive technology as one applications. The first is my research called the Smart IoT Application Platform. This research focused to develop a system that support the IT development at the cloud, on the cloud as edge device with the AI service capability. And the second applications, this is also about the IoT platform. This However, in here, I would like to focus on the digital twin extensions. Both of the system was developed under the human-centric multimedia laboratory at the PENS. So, okay, I would like to explain its system in the next slide. So the first is a smart IoT application server platform. Basically, smart IoT application platform consists of the two parts. The first is the server part, and the second is a edge device framework. For the server part, we aim to facilitate the development of IoT application in the cloud. For the edge device framework, we facilitate development application in the device area, which means we provide the several functions that allow users to create the IoT application system without implementing any single code. In here, we utilize the REST API as a backbone system. In here, this is a built-in functions. I create the built-in functions based on the REST API. So next, I would like to briefly explain about the Smart IoT application system. Smart IoT system is an IoT application that collect data from the various devices, which means we also consider about the interoperability. And the second, we also provide the several built-in functions that consist of the data aggregation, synchronization, filters, and data analysis using the AI. And then we store all of data in the MongoDB. And we also provide the user interface and the REST API for data access. By using the REST API, we aim to allow for the collaborations with the other system. So your other system can access the REST API to collect the data. Okay, this is the design system of the Smart IoT application server platform. In here, I just want to explain about the REST API service that used to manage all of the system. So the REST API not only about the communications, it become the main or the backbone of the system. In here, I also in the last, before I was graduate, I also developed the real-time AI function service, which means users just need to upload the models to the through the user interface, define the input, and after that just connect it to the which device. When the data, when the device send data to the server, it automatically run the AI functions. I think for the features, this is one of the the implementation of the ad applications, especially for the AI and the REST API. The next part is the edge computing device. As I explained before, the edge computing device I am to allow to optimize the configurations. Allow users to optimize the configuration of edge device remotely from the server of the smart. So the main purpose is how we can develop the IoT device without writing any single code. So user just need to connect the sensor with the edge device and control or make a configuration in the servers, and the system will automatically download the configuration and done. To support, in order to make the system is going well, so we develop the REST API to manage the integrations between the device network and the server. This is one of that's why the web service, especially the REST API, is so powerful, because we can implement the REST API in the different device, like a device or the server, make it communication between device to device. Next, research is an extension of the Smart IoT platform. As we can see in here, this research parts of the two parts, the IoT platform section and digital twin sections. This research provide users with the immersive interface to control and interact with the device within the smart building environment. So I will explain the both of the system. First in here, I just want to explain, highlight the implementation of digital twin extension section. So first, I would like to briefly explain about the IoT platform sections. In here, it consists of the IoT platform core that allow users to track, control, and automate various device and service within their smart home, like this one. So basically, by using the IoT platform core, we can turn on and turn off, or we control the physical device. Okay. And the second part is a 3D asset, are the cyber objects that represent the physical device. Which means we create the 3D asset for the each device that similar with the real conditions. Next part is a digital twins extensions. So digital twins extension it enhance the capability of the IT platform. Because before the IT platform only use the user interface like a website or the application to turn on the turn on or turn off the object the things. By using the digital twin extension, the system or the server serve as a virtual representation of the physical asset, device, or system in the real world. So through the integration with the IT platform, it allows users to monitor and visualize the status and behavior of the physical asset in the real time. So for this purpose, we developed the IoT API that using the WebSocket. So this is the result for the session of the smart IT platform. So the main idea is when users interact with the virtual environment, and then the corresponding real world device respond instantly. For example, in the case of turning on the actual light, so we just access this interface. No, actually, this is a 3D interface that represents the real world. So just access the virtual cyberspace, turn on the light in here, and then the system will turn on the light in the real world. This is the this is the basic, this is our purpose to extend the IT platform with the digital twin. So next, actually, I just want to share to you about the research trends. This is this image as a impact radar that provided by Gartner. It contains of the several key that highlight the emerging technology that can be significantly used for the future research. For example, in here, I just want to highlight about the generative AI and also knowledge graph. Generative AI represent the AI that can create a new content such as text, image, music, or code by learning pattern from the existing data. Actually, this is maybe you know about the ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is one of the generative AI that often used. So by using the generative AI, we can enhance our applications, we can enhance our research by combining maybe when we need suppose like my research, currently my friends combine the IoT platform with the creative AI to create the automatic suppose like we like a new students or we have a novel users in the IoT, we just need the which service or which device that we can use. So just use the generative AI, ask something, and they can give the recommendations. Another is the knowledge scripts. Actually, the knowledge graph is a network of interconnected data point that represent the relationship between the entities, such as people, place, or the concept. Actually, I'm still learning about the knowledge graph currently because my current work. Some of my friends are learning about knowledge graph that I think I have to learn also about the knowledge graphs. So talk about the APA. There is a lot of the product-based applications APA that already on the market. So for example, for the generative AI, we can use the OpenAI API or ChatGPT API because it provides a simple interface that interact with the ChatGPT model. So it let user to send a series of message to the model and receive the model generated message in the response. By using the model generated message based on the conversation history provided, allowing for the interactive and dynamic conversation with the model. So maybe if you want to enhance your application and your research, I recommend you to learn about the generative AI, the NLP. So maybe you can find another features that make it the contribution in your research. So the next part is knowledge graph search API. Actually, the knowledge graph, this is for the tool provided by Google that allow developer to access and search the knowledge graph. This is example of the knowledge graph. Yeah, actually, it's like a communication between peoples. As I explained about the Industry 5.0 and Society 1.0, I think this is a very useful when we learned about the knowledge scripts. And then I recommend you to use this APA. So you don't need to learn from the scratch or make something. Just use the APA, and maybe and you can learn how the knowledge script is useful. So next for the conclusions. So for the conclusions, I just want to summarize about my talk today. So for the digital formations in creative industry, the integration of Industry 5.0 and Society 5.0 present a new challenge or offer a new challenge for the creative industry by emphasizing the need for the collaboration, integration, and interoperability. Then the web service technology, it helped to address the challenge by offering the standard protocol and interface. So HTTP communications, basic programming skill, server architecture, and supporting tools were key factors in development of this technology. And the last part is our research strength and applications. The web services are becoming the backbone of digital ecosystem. It enables the real-time communication on the IoT, AI, and immersive technology. This is all. That's all of my presentations today. Thank you very much for the time given to me. So if you have questions, you can talk to me using English or using the Bahasa.
Okay, thank you for our keynote speaker. It's very interesting topic that the explanation of Society 5.0, which focus on tools, platform, content, and users, and also explanation about web service API, such as REST and SOAP, the database, JSON, microservice, and many things. Okay, in this session, I will be open Q&A session for the first batch. Is three question from our audience. Please, you can raise hand in the react icon. You can choose raise hand, please.
Hello, Mas Yohanes.
Oh yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
My name is
Uh,
Sukma from
yeah.
Multimedia Engineering Technology. I have
Yes.
a question. What challenge have you experienced in web service, especially when conducting research on trends and applications? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sufa. Okay. Another two question, please. Next question. Anyone else? No? Okay. Can you answer the
Okay.
question from our student, Sufa Delina?
Okay. Do I answer questions in Bahasa or in English? Actually, both of them is okay, but I would just want to ask which
You
more
can,
convenient for you.
it's okay. It's because this is an international webinar. Our student understand about language
Okay.
in English. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question first. Actually, when we talk about the challenge when we develop the backend service REST API, one of the challenge is security. Since I explained, because the REST API is interface between the other application with other application, the security first is we have to fulfill that, we have to make sure that our system is secure. Actually, I didn't explain about the security, but okay, I just want to that we can use several authentication functions like out or out to point digits or something. When you research about the IoT, especially for the REST API. Maybe for the first time at the laboratory, we don't need to consider about the security. However, when we want to upload our system in the when we working in the company, we have to make sure that our system is secure. Another that I want to highlight about the challenge in the REST API is especially for the how we can design the REST API, because the REST API is like an interface and communication. So we have to make sure that we actually we have to make the design. Suppose like a big data, we have to know about our data first and about our functions, how we can combine the data functions and consider with the device or something. That's why maybe I can summarize that the first is security, and the second one is how we can design the REST API, because the difference programming, they have a different way to use. That's why I recommend you to find a good programming that suitable with your case. That's all. Maybe that's a simple answer from me. If you have other questions, please talk to me.
Okay, thank you. Another question. Okay, Mr. Armani Rizkullah, please.
Ya, sebentar. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi Mas Yohanes. Ini
Ya.
saya Arman Rizkola Saputra dari Tarem Angkatan 2023. Boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia aja ya?
Ya, monggo,
Nggak apa-apa, Mas.
silakan.
Silakan,
Iya,
Mas.
soalnya ini pertanyaannya lumayan berat, jadi mungkin aku bakal lebih paham juga kalau bisa pakai
Iya.
bahasa Indonesia. Makasih Mas. Jadi untuk researchnya Mas tadi yang menggunakan gabungan IoT buat kontrol apa namanya saklar ya, mungkin lampu tadi ya, dengan
Iya.
digital print itu menarik banget Mas, mantap. Dan mungkin itu juga bisa di apa namanya kalau di mixed reality ya, di apa namanya di HoloLens atau di Apple Vision itu kan ya kita bisa interaksi juga kan. Nah, cuma yang pengen ku tanya di sini masa depannya ini loh Mas. Soalnya kan tadi Mas bilang apa namanya di industri 5.0 ini gimana caranya manusia itu bisa lebih interaktif lah, biar jadi nggak terlalu takut gitu sama teknologinya gitu. Kontrolnya lebih enak, lebih intuitif gitu, Mas. Tapi kalau kita ngelihat di industrinya sekarang sendiri, HoloLens sama Apple Vision untuk perangkat mixed reality-nya itu udah discontinue, Mas. Jadi eh, saya agak gimana ya?
Oh,
Ini masa depannya oke atau enggak gitu loh, Mas. Kurang lebih
oh
gitu.
ya.
Ya,
Ya,
makasih ya, Mas.
terima kasih atas pertanyaannya. Adi, saya langsung jawab.
Iya, silakan.
Ya. Sebenarnya ini juga salah satu yang saya consider juga sih, khususnya untuk MSF Teknologi. Eh, bulan Maret lalu itu saya kebetulan ada ikut conference, dan saya dapat beberapa materi atau beberapa paparan dari beberapa industri di Jepang. Jadi di Jepang ada beberapa perusahaan seperti Fujitsu atau Hitachi, nggak tahu apa mungkin. Jadi perusahaan seperti Fujitsu atau Hitachi itu mereka punya anak perusahaan yang based on the research, dan salah satu risetnya itu tentang immersive teknologi, khususnya bagaimana mereka itu khusus apa ya, lebih ke arah bagaimana mereka misalkan kita menaruh menaruh alat di titik ini, itu bagaimana nanti pengaruhnya di virtual seperti apa. Untuk sekarang lebih ke arah digital twin sih memang. Jadi untuk mixed reality-nya sendiri lebih ke arah digital twin, sama seperti yang riset yang saya paparkan tadi, itu kan lebih mengarahkan digital twin. Karena mungkin saya tunjukkan di slide saya yang sebelumnya ya. Mungkin ini kurang terlalu terlihat. Jadi untuk digitalnya sendiri, berdasarkan dari data yang saya dapat dari Gartner, itu berada di titik ini ya, yang dimana digital sendiri itu masih bisa untuk berkembang lagi. Dan dan masih apa ya, dan masih ada waktu juga untuk kita untuk mengajar bagaimana menggunakan mixed reality sebagai metode digital twin. Karena memang salah satu kendala adalah alat. Salah satu kendala jadi ketika kita mengembangkan sebuah teknologi seperti VR atau AR, itu selain software-nya juga adalah alat. Karena jika di AR mungkin kita bisa menggunakan perangkat-perangkat umum seperti handphone atau apa, tapi kalau di VR itu even kita menggunakan handphone sekalipun mungkin akan terbatas. Wah, untuk itu ada beberapa opsi. Misalkan kita bisa menggunakan web XR, salah satu user interface untuk apa mixed reality, daripada kita hanya mengandalkan pada perangkat-perangkat alat. Karena itu yang seperti saya bilang bahwa di Society 5.0 di 3.0 kita harus lebih berpikir bahwa ternyata terdapat beberapa banyak opsi lain atau perangkat atau service lain yang kita bisa gunakan, misalkan service itu discontinue. Itu mungkin salah satu insight yang bisa saya jawab ya dari pertanyaannya Mas Armani ya.
Ya, terima kasih banyak ya Mas. Iya, menjawab. Mantap Mas.
Okay, next question from chat from our student. Hi, Mr. Yohanes. My name is Fauzan from TLM 2021. I want to ask a question. Is it possible to use API for other software like Unity or Unreal Engine for developing a digital twin? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the questions. Actually, when I search some reference before I make presentations, actually I found several API that provide the digital twin. Maybe but that service is like paid. I think I didn't find yet any the softwares that are open source like Unity on Unreal engines. Maybe when I found something I will tell you, but currently I'm sorry that I didn't find any open source software. So maybe I need a more improve my reference also. But I think currently many softwares that are really open source. I hope we can find another softwares, another API especially for the digital twin. That's my sorry, I can give good answers for that one because basically I also not much, but I'm not focused on the digital twin now. That's why I just maybe my information not so updated. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Because our student is learning immersive technology,
Yeah.
and they usually use Unity and
Yeah.
Unreal Engine to create a simulation on digital
Yeah.
twin. So it's related to our studies. Okay, the next question, please. Any question? Okay, from Mas Erlangga, please.
Okay. First of all, good morning to Mr. Yohanes.
Yeah. Good
Let
morning.
me introduce myself. I'm Rendra from Multimedia, International Technology, from 2024. First of all, I want to ask to Mr. Yohanes, is there any recommendations from Mr. to learn online, maybe like for a preparation before college or something like there's a what can I say it's like ada hubungannya dengan VR, AR, coding and stuff. Maybe like from edX, from Harvard, Stanford, or maybe MIT or Cambridge University. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much for the questions. Yeah, actually in this I'm sorry I didn't make a sum set on there, but I think there is a lot of the like online sessions that are the free because before when I try to find in like online sessions for the another research, I found several tutorials from the MIT also, but for the VR, I'm so sorry. Since I have actually I don't have any enough the like informations for the VR itself because currently I kind of chance my research on the big data, so uh, I'm so sorry I cannot answer give you a good answer for this one, but I think that there's a lot of the opens sessions for the learning for the VR or AR or something. That's why I recommend you can open YouTube or find the Google is basic. But I think the thing that I want to give recommends to you how we can you consider to make us how I can say to send email to their professor or something. Do you have any experience to directly ask them about their uh, research or applications? Or do you have experience suppose you found some papers on the like a Google or something that related with the VR or AR or mixed reality, and you send them about the email to ask more detail about the system? Maybe they will give you a book. Which the recommendation book that you can learn. So you can learn in another option instead of finding find open like a session or something or the webinar or something. Maybe I can recommend you to directly ask their professor or their researchers, so you can directly learn which book they use, which reference they use, or maybe they have maybe they can help you. Maybe they need some people to test their system. Maybe you can make a collaboration with them. Maybe I recommend you to try to send an email to the other university, especially Cambridge or something. I think this is a good experience, but for the first time, I think it's difficult because maybe they didn't answer our email or something. But it's better to try instead of doing nothing.
Okay, thank you. Next question, please. From our student or anyone in this room. Okay, maybe Westy want to ask it.
At the moment, I have no question. Otherwise, I could directly talk to Johan. As usual, yeah, Johan, yeah.
Yeah, as usual.
Thank you, Pak Rendra.
Okay, anyone else is very interesting topics. Anyone? Okay, if there's no question, I want to ask maybe a simple question about your research about it. Knowledge graph. It's very interesting when LLM doesn't exist. Knowledge graph is very famous technology to grab and develop extract information more clearly. Before that, I want to share my experience in knowledge graph also. A few years ago, I also use Protegi. Did you know Protegi? It looks like ontology software how to we connect one node to other nodes, and then we can create something.
Something grab a simple grab on that.
Yeah. Nah, and the next iteration atau next developing we can many many technologies related to Protegi such as Neo4j and then like a semantic database when we create some like a graph like graph theory.
It's actually the basic one.
The basic one. And now the semantic is transformed again to vector database. How the vector database is store the LLM LLM weighted when we search or we create models using our LLM. They can store in vector database. No, I want to asking how we can develop or maintain our skills in the fast moving technologies and fast moving world and uncertainly conditioned world, and grab some insight, and we can prepare ourselves to more faster work, and to prepare our student. At least they know what is the next big thing in the technology, as you know, as you learn. So our student motivated what they will learn and what they will pursue, at least in their next final project maybe, and maybe will be your successor at to be doctoral students. I think it's like that.
Okay. Actually, thank you very much for the. I mean, this is the valuable questions, because as we know that we work at the university, and I think this is I don't know about the Indonesian conditions now, but according to my friends told me that it's difficult also working in Indonesians, especially we still have many works that not related with the research or the academics, like research with some of the I don't want to excel for that one, but the thing that I learned in Japan is we like my friends, they especially read our new at least one journal for the week or one journal for the 3 days. Because why we have to learn the journals? Because through the journals, especially we have to learn like I mean the not the good journal but a new journals. Yeah, good journal is also okay. However, the problem in Indonesia is that some of the university didn't provide their students or their researchers or to access the good journal. Suppose like we need to download we found some idea, we found some this is abstract is good, but it's difficult to find to download all of the data because we need to pay. We have to pay for that one. It seems like we found a good book and difficult to be accessed because our university didn't give us or didn't provide that book. That's why I think too before I also think about that one. So it's like we not have enough the facility. However, the one thing that I can say that how we can keep it in the track is joining the conference, joining trust conference, still joins like webinars or something, or what's the TED talk or something. That's why we can keep catch up with the current situations about the research. Because we know that we have suppose like we have limited how to access the reference. So how about we like come and directly ask to the authors. So the one day that when I joined the conference, I found the idea that provided by some authors that I think it can be useful for my research before. That's why from that I am like actually I'm really happy when I can join the conference, because on the conference I can find many new research. Oh, that one already used that technology, that one this technology, and this is technology is not so good, so it means I don't want to learn that one. So we can directly learn about the useful technology. That's why when we have a we still have a restrict on the limited or the resource. So how about the come and join the conference? Even though that the conference is online or something, at least we can meet with the other researchers and we can talk. After we talk, maybe we can have an insight. I think that's the one a way to keep our to keep in track with the research. that's all my answers. I think this is it's quite difficult also because we want to keep a track. We also have to things that we not only work with the research, we also work with the university. We also work about the academic, and we also think how make the students also keep in track with the current research. So joining the conference from the for the student, I think is a best experience because when I was in the bachelor's, especially in the computer engineering, when I joined my first journal like a short conference, I really had the good experience because I can meet with the other researchers without my other students that they already implemented many of the technology. I can share my technology, they can share, and I can get the insight. Maybe that's all of my answer. Sorry. Maybe it's too long.
Thank you. It's insightful from the perspective of past alumni and now create a career in overseas.
Yeah.
It's inspired us, especially inspiring our student. Maybe any question? Okay, any question? Please raise your hand. It's very good topics. Okay, no question? Or maybe anything else want to present from our keynote speaker? The the last things, maybe.
Oh, mungkin menggunakan bahasa ya. Jadi kalau
Yeah, please.
ya mungkin kalau teman-teman ada yang mau ditanyakan, ya silakan mungkin bisa tanya langsung bisa via chat atau apa. Jadi saya mungkin ada teman-teman yang pertanyaan yang mungkin tidak terkaitan dengan dengan materi hari ini mungkin mungkin nggak apa-apa ya Pak ya. Misalnya ada pertanyaan yang mungkin
Ya,
tidak terkait
silakan.
dengan materi
Mungkin
hari ini juga nggak
info-info
apa-apa.
terkait dengan beasiswa atau gimana gitu.
Ya mungkin
Lebih
ini yang
tertarik mungkin.
bisa saya share adalah jika teman-teman ingin lanjutkan S2 di Jepang, itu ada dua opsi. Yang pertama, cari kampus yang umumnya ada kampus itu yang bisa bahasa Inggris, ada yang full bahasa Jepang. Jadi untuk jaga-jaga memang harus belajar bahasa Jepang kalau memang mau cari Jepang. Yang kedua adalah publikasi. Itu yang mungkin saya sama seperti ketika saya mencari kerja di Osaka University ini atau di beberapa kampus, yang mereka tanyakan adalah bagaimana publikasi saya dalam artian bagaimana research background saya dan juga future research saya seperti apa. Makanya kalau memang ada kayak even researchnya sedikit berbeda pun juga nggak masalahnya. Ada teman saya yang dulu yang di lab ini dia guru bahasa, tapi sekarang bidang NLP. Ada juga yang lawyer, maksudnya S1-nya lawyer, tapi sekarang bergerak di bidang NLP juga. Itu membuktikan bahwa it's possible to find a good, a good experience, even though we have a limited experience before. Because the thing is how we can bagaimana kita ya bisa semangat dalam bagaimana menunjukkan bahwa kita juga bisa gitu loh. Dan karena itu jangan kalau bagi saya ya jangan ya bodoh nekat lah kasarnya kayak gitu. Yang penting adalah kita sudah pernah mencoba untuk mencari informasi, mencoba untuk mencoba hal yang baru tersebut. Karena tanpa kita mencoba hal yang baru, itu berarti kan kita cuma stuck seperti itu kan. Ya kalau memang ada rencana untuk studi lanjut di luar negeri, memang konsep pertama memang bahasa ya pasti. Tapi yang kedua adalah bagaimana kita sudah ada research things, bagaimana kita sudah berpikir seandainya kita dihadapkan masalah dalam riset yang seperti ini, kita tetap bisa bertahan dan tetap mengikuti catch up with our professor, something like that.
Okay, thank you. Any question? Okay, there are no question. How? Who has the close or maybe another speech?
Monggo silahkan Pak.
Okay. Okay, now we are in conclusion and closing remarks. As we draw to a close, I'd like to thank all to our speaker, to keynote speaker for his invaluable contribution and our audience for joining with us. Your participation and question have enriched our discussion and made this webinar a truly great experience. We hope today's events has provided you with new insight, inspiration, and connection that will help you in your research and professional endeavors. Before we end, I'd like to remind you that this webinar will be recorded and the link will be shared for anyone who would like to revisit the sessions. Once again, thank you thank you all for your participation for today's webinar. We wish you all continued success in your academic and next your professional journey. Have a great day, and we hope to see you again in the near future. And the last things I want to share, uh, stay foolish, stay hungry, as Steve Jobs say. If you want to pursue something, just learn, because we live for continuous learning, and we can survive in this time. Oke, thank you for me. Saya mewakili semua, ya, Pak Hafiz, Kak Prodi, Bu Esti, dan seluruh stakeholder TRM PS mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Mas Mas atau Pak ini, Mas aja masih muda,
Ya.
Mas Yohanes Yani dari Panduman atas waktunya. Oke, terima kasih teman-teman semuanya. Mudah-mudahan bisa bermanfaat. Nanti kalau ini punya LinkedIn, Mas Yohanes,
Ada.
ya
Cari full
bisa
namanya itu
di-invite
biar
ya.
kelihatan.
Iya. Nanti kalau pengen tanya terkait dengan beasiswa atau lowongan di sana bisa ini ya,
Iya.
bisa add LinkedIn-nya Mas Yohanes. Oke, terima kasih.
Terima
Saya
kasih.
tutup. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih untuk semuanya. Selamat siang dan saya akhiri. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak Rendra, terima kasih
Ya,
Yohan.
sama-sama.
Terima
Terima
kasih
kasih.